Welcome to How to Build a McMurtry, Part 3. Since Part 2 we've been rather busy working on this, the first ever production-spec Spéirling PURE. In this video I'm going to talk you through all of the new parts that we've fitted since Part 2, as well as some of the upgrades we've made since the original prototype cars. One of the major changes from prototype to production is that we've moved the powertrain cooling from the rear to the front. Because of this, the airflow across the car and through these tunnels is a lot cleaner. And this is what it used to look like. The air flows down the side of the car, through the suspension and then into the radiator. So because of this, even though the car is slightly bigger, we produce less drag, which is super important for electric cars, and ultimately it means our customers can run for longer. We've also increased the size of the coolant intakes on the front bumper, but we're not going to show you that just yet. These are the radiators from the prototype car that sat at the back, and this is a new radiator for the production car that sits at the front. As you can see, it's a bit bigger. It's actually 20% lighter than these two radiators combined, and being at the front it's so much more efficient. Now let's talk about tyres. This is the Goodwood tyre. It was custom made to take the insane loads that Spéirling generates. Then we moved to an off-the-shelf tyre. This is the tyre that the Stig took to our top gear lap record, enabling 3G of cornering forces. Which brings us to our production tyre. This tyre is 10% wider than our prototype tyres, enabling us to do 3.5G of cornering forces. And this is just the front. Another improvement we've made from prototype to production is increasing the size of the door opening, which makes entry and exit easier for our customers, which I'll now demonstrate with my trusty Hot Wheels measuring stick. On the production car, the width of the door is 11 Hot Wheel Spéirlings, whereas on the old car, we're only at 9 Spéirlings, so you've gained 2 whole Spéirlings.
So this is something that hasn't been shown before, the suspension setup of the Spéirling. Each component here has been designed and built at our base in the Cotswolds. One of the most prominent parts of the suspension assembly is the rocker. This connects the anti-roll bar to the spring dampers to the rest of the suspension. Like everything on the Spéirling, packaging is a challenge, and fitting everything under the type bodywork has been fun as an engineer to try and overcome those challenges. An interesting point here is that the drop link, when the rocker rotates, has to pass through the chassis. Therefore, these cavities were designed in so that this can be possible. Across the suspension, we use a variety of different materials, including aluminium, titanium and steel. These are selected based on a component's life, its load and the package space available. The rear suspension clevises are made of 2 different materials. The upper is made of aluminium and the lower is made of titanium. This material difference is due to the lower suspension arm taking a larger force, but using the same package space as the upper. Between these 2 points there is an additional piece of suspension that will be fitted at a later date. This is the 3rd spring. It's something that's used on high downforce cars to control the ride height. And before anyone says, this isn't carbon, this is a 3D printed replica that is used at this stage in the build to trial fit parts to the car. This will be replaced later on in the build.
As you can see, we're making really good progress on the first ever production spec Spéirling PURE. Thanks for watching this episode and join us next time for part 4.